You added liquidity, you earned fees. Then you withdrew, and had less than if you'd done nothing. That's impermanent loss, and it catches more yield farmers than any exploit ever has. I'm Rachel from ChainSense. Let me show you how to actually manage it. Impermanent loss happens when you provide liquidity to an automated market maker and the price ratio between your two tokens changes. The bigger the divergence, the bigger the loss. Simple concept, wildly misunderstood in practice. Here is what actually happens. You deposit an equal value of two tokens, say ETH and USDC, into a liquidity pool. The AMM rebalances your position as prices move. If ETH doubles, the pool sells some of your ETH for more USDC to maintain the ratio. When you withdraw, you have less ETH than you started with. The pool did exactly what it was designed to do. It just was not designed to protect you. The math. A 2x price change causes roughly 5.7% impermanent loss. A 5x change, 25.5%. These numbers assume a standard constant product AMM, such as Uniswap v2. Why impermanent? Because if prices return to the original ratio, the loss disappears. But here is what nobody emphasizes. Prices rarely return exactly, and the moment you withdraw while prices are diverged, that loss becomes very permanent. The name is genuinely misleading. The real question is not whether IL exists. It always does when prices move. The question is whether your trading fee income exceeds it. High-volume pools with tight ranges can generate enough fees. Low-volume pools with volatile pairs rarely do, and most farmers never run this calculation before making a deposit. Not all liquidity pools carry the same IL risk. Pair composition matters enormously, and this is where most yield farmers make their first mistake, choosing pairs based on APY instead of correlation. Correlated pairs, such as STETH and ETH or USDC and USDT, have minimal impermanent loss. Their prices move together. A STETH-ETH pool might see 0.1% IL over months. These are genuinely the safest pools for yield farming. Lower headline APY, far better risk-adjusted returns. Uncorrelated pairs, like ETH and USDC, carry significant IL risk. ETH can move 50% in a week, while USDC stays at $1. That divergence creates real losses that fees may not cover. This is where most of the damage happens. Volatile pairs, like ETH paired with a small-cap DeFi token, are the highest risk category. Both tokens move independently and often dramatically. IL can exceed 30% in days during market stress. I have seen farmers lose months of accumulated fees in a single weekend. Now, concentrated liquidity changes the equation, and not always for the better. Uniswap 5.3 and similar protocols let you provide liquidity within a specific price range. A tighter range means more capital efficiency and more fees, but it also amplifies impermanent loss if the price moves outside your range. Here is a real example. Providing ETH/USDC liquidity in a plus-minus 5% range earns roughly 4 times more fees than full range. But if ETH moves 10%, your position is entirely in one token and earning 0 fees. You have concentrated both the reward and the risk. Most concentrated liquidity positions end up out of range and abandoned. My rule. Use concentrated liquidity only for correlated pairs or when you are actively managing the position daily. For volatile pairs, full range or wider ranges are genuinely safer, even if the APY looks less impressive. 6 strategies to manage impermanent loss. I will tell you which ones I actually trust and which ones sound better than they work. 1. Choose correlated pairs. The simplest and most reliable mitigation, STETH/ETH, USDC/DAI, WBTC/REN-BTC. Minimal price divergence means minimal IL, lower yields but predictable. This is where I keep my base allocation. 2. Farm high volume pools. Trading fees offset IL, but only if volume is high enough. A pool with a daily trading volume of 10 million generates far more fees than one with 100,000. Here's the key. Check the fee APR separately from the token incentive APR. Incentives disappear. Trading volume is a more honest signal. 3. Use IL calculators before entering, not after. Tools like DeFi Llama's IL calculator let you model scenarios. Enter your pair and the price range you expect to see, projected IL versus fee income. If you skip this step, you are gambling, not farming. 4. Hedge with options or perpetuals. This is the advanced approach. Suppose you are providing ETH/USDC liquidity and shorting ETH with a perpetual futures contract to neutralize directional exposure. Your LP position plus the hedge creates a delta-neutral yield farm, effective but complex. Funding rates on your short can eat into profits, and most farmers underestimate the management overhead. 5. Single-sided liquidity with IL protection. Some protocols offer single-sided deposits, in which the protocol handles pairing. IL protection typically vests over 100 days. The catch: read the fine print on every protocol. Protection mechanisms vary enormously, and some have caps or conditions that limit actual coverage. 6. Active range management for concentrated liquidity. Tools like Arrakis or Gamma automatically rebalance your price range as prices move. They keep you earning fees instead of sitting out of range. But they charge their own fees, and frequent rebalancing can crystallize small losses that compound over time. My honest recommendation: start with correlated pairs in high-volume pools. That combination alone eliminates most IL risk. Graduate to concentrated liquidity with active management only after you understand the mechanics from experience, not from tutorials. And never, never provide liquidity to volatile pairs without first calculating the break-even fee income. Impermanent loss is not a mystery. It is math. And math can be managed, but only if you run the numbers before you deposit, not after you are already losing. Choose the right pairs, calculate before you enter, use the tools available, and never chase high APY without understanding what you are actually risking. Check out my website for the complete guide to impermanent loss with calculators and worked examples. Link in the description. The Hub video covers all yield optimization strategies, from the basics to the advanced. Subscribe to ChainSense. Comment: what is your worst IL experience? See you in the next video.